We'll be getting started. Like I mentioned, let me just do this once again and say thank you so much, everyone, for joining us for this event. My name is Sarah. I am very happy to have you here. And if you have not interacted with us in the chat window, what are you waiting for? Now is the time to do that. Give us your name, the name of your organization, if you'd like to oblige us, and where you're joining us from. We have some of our participants who have already done that. Mohammed is joining in from UAC Restaurants Limited at Ojota, Lagos. We have Alex from Cooperative Limited. We have Emmanuel from Meristem Health Management, Nigeria. And we have Toju from Nigeria. We'd like to get to know you. We'd like to get to know where you're joining us from. So right, without wasting time and without further ado, we'd like to get started with this event. First, I would like to give a quick housekeeping note. First, this presentation is being recorded and will be made available after the event. So yes, do rest and join in and have your questions asked using the chat window, and we'll be sure to provide answers for them. Also, we know that you might have noticed that you cannot unmute your mic or turn on your videos. That is intentional. All attendees are muted and videos are turned off, and this is to ensure decorum throughout the event. However, if you have any questions at all, any feedback, you can use the chat window to ask your questions, and our experts on the call will be sure to provide answers for you. Moving on right now, I'll be introducing our speakers. We have experts in the field who are going to be talking us through this process and this event today. The theme of this event, as you might have known, is transform and streamline your processes with Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. And so we have Samuel. Samuel is a Dynamics 365 Finance and Operational Functional Analyst. We have Benjamin Michael, who is also a functional consultant for Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain. We have Mohammed Bello, who is a functional consultant for Dynamics 365 Finance and Supply Chain. And of course, my name is Sarah Ayemi, and I am your host for this event. We would like to give you an agenda, what to expect from this event. First, we'll be having an introduction. We understand that some of you might not have interacted with us as an organization before. This might be your first interaction with us. So therefore, we'd like to introduce Reliance Infosystems, who we are, what we do, and what we represent in the ecosystem. We would also be moving on to introduction to Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. We'll be having demo sessions, and then we'll be taking questions and answers. You do not have to wait, however, for the question and answer session before you ask your questions. You can do that using the chat window, and our experts on the call will provide answers, and we will also take those questions at the question and answer session. All right, please, if you understood that, just give me a thumbs up and we'll keep on going. A thumbs up, waiting for your thumbs up. If you got that. Okay. All right. Lastly, thank you very much. We'll be having closing remarks after we've done with the question and answers. Then we'll have a closing remarks and we'll call it a day. Right. Moving on to our today. First, we'll be introducing Reliance Infosystems. And we'd like you to know that first, we are all about driving digital transformation. Reliance Infosystems is a leading advocate for digital transformation, and we are founded on innovation, efficiency, and security pillars. Our journey over the past years reflects a trajectory of remarkable growth, strategic expansions, and a deepened footprint in the global marketplace. Having invested heavily in research and development, we are positioned at the forefront of emerging technologies and market trends. With a physical presence in 15 countries, a digital reach of over 50 countries, over 400 members of staff, and over 2,500 organizations in our clientele, we are all about advocating for digital transformation. Our vision is simple. We are all about reinventing the world. And our mission is to amplify our customers' success stories, transforming and scaling their business models for structural dominance and unparalleled excellence. Now, this approach has led us to transforming businesses both locally and internationally, and as such, we have received awards and achievements, some of which are 2016 Microsoft Partner Experience winner. In 2017, we were named the Microsoft Country Partner winner. In 2022, we were named the Microsoft Country Partner winner. In 2023, we were named the Microsoft Country Partner winner. And we're also named the Business Provider of the Year winner. I would like us to note at this point that we are the Microsoft Partner of the Year award recipient for the FY 2024. We partner with reputable OEMs to drive digital transformation. Some of the OEMs include Microsoft, Sophos, Avaya, Ribbon, Splunk, SAP, Commvault, Rapid, and a host of others. We have three major pillars at the core of our interactions. They are business transformation, operational excellence, and protection assurance. For business transformation, we streamline cost and enhance efficiency. We also enable swift, superior business outcomes for all our customers. Some of the solutions we offer include cloud services, enterprise storage, process automation, business productivity, amongst others. Also, for our operational excellence, for us at Reliance Infosystem, we define it by seamlessly integrating people, data, and systems to elevate production processes. We also ensure that we enhance our customer engagement and we deliver outstanding business intelligence. Some of the solutions we offer include modern ERP solutions, one of which we are discussing today at this event. We also have customer engagement, identity integration and simplification, robotic process automation, amongst others. And lastly, we have protection assurance. Our protection assurance suite is tailored to deliver rest of mind as a service to all our customers. We ensure that we secure your digital landscape, and we ensure that you are not worried about cyber intrusions, malwares, and cyber attacks. Some of the solutions we offer here include gateway protection, endpoint protection, incident response, security intelligence, amongst others. Earlier, I had mentioned that we have over 2,500 organizations in our clientele. We thought to give you a graphical representation of some of them. And with that, I'll be handing over to our first speaker, Samuel, who will be taking us through Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations, an introduction to it. And please do note at this point that if you have any questions at all during the sessions, please use the chat window to ask your questions, and we'll be sure to provide answers. Over to you, Samuel.
Thank you very much, Sarah. Once again, good day to every participant on this call. So quickly, I'll be giving us a brief introduction into what Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation is all about. So this is a cloud-based ERP system that is designed to meet the needs of large or diversified companies. It helps to drive business agility, growth with embedded analytics, financial reporting, and AI-driven insights. One of the pillars of this solution is that it transforms business operations, brings about the streamlined processes. Microsoft Dynamics 365 automates and integrates core business functions, increasing efficiency and productivity. Also, another option we have available is the workflow optimization. This solution provides tools that optimize and digitalize our workflows, thereby reducing manual effort. Also, we also have access to improved visibility, that is real-time data and reporting, enhance visibility into operations, enabling data-driven decisions. Also, there's room for scalability in terms of growing businesses, meaning that businesses can come on board even if they have a very low number of employees or maybe a small scale business, but over time as they grow, they are able to bring on board additional users, additional entities or subsidiaries, and it will be at no cost. For scalability, there's a flexible architecture because it's a cloud-based solution, it's easily scalable, and it can allow us to accommodate other business expansions. Due to its modular design, businesses can selectively implement modules. That means you can decide to pick which of the modules that you want to start up with, and as you grow, you can add more modules, be it the finance modules or be it the procurement module. You can add them as the business grows. Also, the global capability it offers us is that you have multiple currencies, you have multiple languages, and you also have regulatory compliance that allows us to be able to meet up to global operations. Okay, another one also is the fact that Dynamics 365 allows us to be able to drive success through data-driven insights. There's embedded analytics. It comes with a Power BI embedded into it that allows us to convert data that has been inputted into the system and gives us a graphical illustration of what the business is all about. There's also the fact that there's an intelligent automation. There's intelligent workflow and also process automation across board in terms of the modules. Also, we also have access to AI-powered forecasting. There's a machine learning algorithm that allows us to generate accurate forecasts that helps the business to anticipate and adapt to market changes. Also, lastly, here we have actionable insight. The solution is advanced in terms of the capability to be able to transform data into meaningful insights that drive business performance and improvement. Next, there's also the fact that there's a collaboration that exists in the system. The system integrates seamlessly with other Dynamics 365 solutions, be it Excel, be it Outlook or Power Platform, and all is connected together to give us a comprehensive and well-connected business management system. The fact that it's also cloud-based, it means that in terms of deployment or maintenance or scalability, it is quite easy, and this reduces the burden on our IT personnel. And also, we have access to be able to bring some of these modules on board to the mobile platform, meaning that you can access the platform anywhere you go, be it on mobile or be it on your browser. I'll be handing over to my colleague Mohammed, who is going to talk us through some of the other functionalities that we have available on Dynamics 365. Thank you, everyone.
Good day, everyone. Please kindly confirm that you can hear me. My name is Mohammed. As my colleague has already introduced us to Dynamics 365 for Finance and Operations, I'll be taking us through the different modules within the system as they relate to the functionalities that the system has to offer in assisting you to streamline and transform your business processes. So the modules within the system is organized in such a way that it is tailored to your role, so that an account receivable officer, for example, has a workspace dedicated to him. So the modules within the system can be summarized under these headings. We have modules that cater to financial management business processes. We have those ones that cater to supply chain management, human resources, as well as project management and accounting. As for the financial management business processes, there is the general ledger, which you can think of as the foundation module upon which other modules are built. So how do you register the transactions that you perform on a day-to-day basis in your organization? The general ledger provides answer to that. It also has functionalities such as the main account and chart of accounts that allow you to be able to make both your debit and credit entries within the system. There is the consolidated transaction functionality that assists you to be able to consolidate the transactions from your different subsidiaries into one single legal entity. There are other functionalities relating to the general ledger, as we can see here. There is also the accounts payable module, which answers the question of how do you process your purchase order, how do you do vendor transactions, how do you settle your transaction as well. The accounts payable provides answer to all this, as we can see here. For the account receivable module, it assists you to be able to manage activities around your customer transactions. It helps you to be able to process your sales order across the life cycle of the sales order. And on top of that, you're also able to define the term of payment as well as the method of payment that you want to have for both your customers and vendors. The cash and bank management module helps you to be able to manage the bank accounts that your business operates. Aside from that, it comes with advanced bank reconciliation functionality that helps you to be able to reconcile the transactions on the system with that on your bank account statement based on some defined rules. So the budgeting module helps you to be able to manage the budgeting of your organization effectively. So with the budget plan functionality, you are able to consolidate the budget from your different business units and departments within your organization into one single budget plan, which you can then convert to a budget register entry. This time also offers budget control functionality that helps you to be able to exert some level of control over the spending within your organization. You can define a specific amount above which user cannot go for a particular main account. You can also give over budget permission to some key member of the organization, like the CEO. So the system provides all that. For the supply chain management business processes, here is a diagram representing the interconnection among the different players within the supply chain journey and the activities they perform. So here is production, and associated with that is the master planning module, which helps you to be able to manage the replenishment of your raw material so that you don't run out of raw material while producing. And the scenario here is that the system is able to create a planned purchase order for you based on underlying definition, which you can then ratify and send to your vendor as a purchase order. So the vendor fulfills the order here. You can see vendor shipment. And through the inventory arrival journal, you can take the item into your warehouse through the inventory and warehouse management functionality. So with the bill of material functionality, you are able to combine the different raw material into a finished product. And upon coming up with your finished product, you can then sell to your customer, as you can see here. So the system also offers retail and commerce functionality that enables your interaction with customers. So you're able to create loyalty programs and the likes. So summarily, this shows the various interconnection among the different role players within the supply chain journey, you, your vendors, and your customers, as well as the modules available within the system, the master planning module, inventory and warehouse management, transportation, and the likes. More on the inventory management module, it also has capabilities that offers quality assurance, helps you with your outbound operation, inventory control, inbound operations, and the likes. For the procurement and sourcing module, it assists you to be able to manage activities around your procure to pay. So it manages your procure to pay journey for you, right from the point of purchase requisition down to the point where you settle your transaction. The production control module assists you to be able to manage the steps that you take in production, which is technically called routes within the system. It also helps you to be able to manage the resources you use in production, your lean production activities, production order, and the likes as related to supply chain management. The human resource module helps you to be able to manage activities around organizational management, employee experience, compensation and benefits, leave and absence, as well as extensibility. So for the extensibility part, the system offers capabilities that allows you to be able to integrate with other Microsoft applications such as LinkedIn, AppSource for your employee learning and recruitment processes. And even it's able to integrate with non-Microsoft application. So here is a diagram here showing the flow of processes among the different role players within human resource journey. So here is the employee. So the system offers functionalities such as jobs and a position that you can create and attach to employee. You also have access to employee self-service where employee can go and update their profile, request time offs, as well as other activities. So the managers also has access to functionalities such as goals that the manager can set for their subordinates, and subordinates can also, set goals for themselves. So the scenario is that there is interconnections among the different players within human resource journey. How is your employee connected to the manager and the likes? Everything is managed within the system. The project management and accounting module assist you to be able to manage the project that your organization undertake. So you're able to manage projects such as accounting projects, consulting, construction, manufacturing, and the likes. And this module also offers a close handshake with the procurement and sourcing module, where you're able to register the cost of a particular project as part of a procurement and sourcing process. So, and there is the Copilot capabilities, which is on top of all these business processes that we mentioned. So, how do you leverage AI into your business? This answers that. So, the system offers these capabilities that allow you to be able to gain insight into meaningful data so as to enhance your decision making, helps you to work faster. It also helps you to adapt faster to the growing change of businesses across, the modern era, and as well as helps you to perform better. So it also has conversational capabilities that allow you to be able to chat with the system in order to provide some key tasks. So summarily, your different business processes is streamlined together such that your financial management business processes, human resources, supply chain management, project operation are all streamlined. So you don't have to keep data silos to manage the different sectors of your business. And this provides a seamless and streamlined business processes. With this, I'll be handing over to my colleague, Benjamin, to take us through the demo. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Before I continue, kindly confirm you can hear me. Am I loud and clear? Just a thumbs up would do. All right. So now, before I go on, we have a poll in the chat. Kindly go in and select, make your choice on the poll. We just want to understand our audience for today. So my name is Benjamin Michael, and for today's session, I'll be taking us through a demo session of the Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance. Now, human beings, we desire to grow in our career and expand and reach to the highest apex of our careers. And with this desire comes a lot of responsibility and a lot of expectation from us. So these responsibilities and expectations are being able to deliver optimal results and being able to achieve the task that is assigned to us. Now, for us to be able to do that as leaders within our different careers, we need to have an exceptional team and a team that finds their work seamless and easy to do. So for us, so for today's session, we'll be taking a look at the advanced bank reconciliation, where we'll talk about the challenges that the finance team, or maybe a leader in finance, you've listened to complaints from your team members about bank reconciliation. So this reconciliation could take hours and probably days of them going through multiple lines of transactions, because you operate various amount of banks. So these transactions, these reconciliations are done manually, and it takes a lot of man hours and stops and reduces the productivity of the team. So with the advanced bank reconciliation, we'll be talking about how to make this process as seamless as possible and how to make it automated, like automate the matching of those transactions from the bank account to the systems transactions. And then we'll proceed to talk about warehouse management, where we would focus on the operating unit and how the warehouse management system or the warehouse management module can help your processes transform from focusing mainly on, on desktop systems and not being able to move flexibly or being agile within the warehouse operations. So in this demo session, we'll be taking a look at, well, what Microsoft has provided, the mobile warehouse management device that can be used to easily carry out our warehouse operations and make sure that we are agile and flexible, and our operations are transformed. Then we'll also take a look at the payroll management. This is focused or targeted at the HR, manager, and how to assist your team to be as productive as possible, and how to empower them in such a way that they carry out their payroll computation and payroll calculation as seamless as possible. We know in traditional systems, we usually begin our payroll calculation 6 or 3 weeks before payday, so that we can get the best results, so that we can deliver the best calculation and compute everything as quick as possible. So within this system, we'll be showing you how the payroll calculation is done and how seamless it can be. So I'll go ahead to share my screen so that we can get right into it. All right, thank you. Thank you for the feedback. So like I mentioned earlier, the advanced bank reconciliation is how we can help how Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance can help you streamline or optimize your cash flow processes. So as a reconciliation officer or as a account officer, you want to do a bank reconciliation at the end of the month. You don't have to go through the process of maybe exporting your data or your bank transaction into one Excel, having to switch between Excel and 2 different Excel, and making sure that transactions are matched line after line, because you could have multiple lines running into thousands, and it could be tiring, and it could cause a lot of headaches. So we'll be looking at the bank account. So as a as a reconciliation officer, all you need to do is find the cash and bank management module on the application. So all you need to do is to find this cash and bank management module on the application, and then proceed to your bank account. Now, so we have multiple bank accounts spanning across different offices that we have within our organization. So we'll be focusing on this bank account called the demo bank. So now we want to carry out our reconciliation, say it's the end of the month, and we want to carry out reconciliation for the month of maybe September or August. So first thing to do is to bring in the bank statement. So to bring in the bank statement, we just go to the top left here and find what we call bank statement. And then we are going to click on it, and we are going to go ahead and bring in our bank statement. Now, our bank statement has been provided by the bank account, by the bank that we operate, either by request or by a regular process. So all we have to do is just import the bank statement. Now, for us to carry out this advanced bank reconciliation, we need to bring our bank statement in a particular or in a specific format. So we need to bring it in a format called the MT940. So this helps us to carry out advanced bank reconciliation as seamless as possible. So all you have to do, say you have the document in your device or in your computer, you can just browse the document and then upload the document here. I've taken the liberty to bring in my bank statement, and here it is. And I'll just open the bank statement to show you what it looks like. So this is my bank statement for the demo bank, and I have a quick breakdown of how many lines of transactions I have here. So for your business, you might have 5 times what I have here, or any multiples. So we have 20 lines of transactions, in total, and unmatched transactions are 20 lines. And then we have matched transactions to be 0 and then reconciled as 0. So this is just a breakdown of what the work you are supposed to do for the end of the month. And believe me, in your business, sometimes if you open this, you might be scared and be like, how can I begin doing this one after the other? So let's just go back and begin the bank reconciliation. So we have our bank statement on the system already assigned to this bank account, and then I can proceed to begin the bank reconciliation. So for the bank reconciliation, I have also taken the liberty to start a bank reconciliation, but I have not done anything on it yet. So I'll just proceed to click on the worksheet to show me a breakdown of what I'm to do. So the worksheet basically just gives us a display of our bank statement against our bank transactions. So this is statement from the bank, and this is the bank transactions or transaction carried out through this bank account. Now, in a regular system or in a traditional way, what we can do is take a look at the first transaction, which is on the 22nd of July 2024, and then now start searching for 16,000 Naira for the 22nd of July 2024. So normally we just start scrolling down and looking for 22nd. So assuming we have like 100 of 200 transactions here, that's how we have to scroll one after the other, and then we can find it and then click, and then we have our bank. We have our equal transactions side by side. Then we proceed to click on match. And also take note that when we select the statement on the bank statement on the right-hand side, we can see this text in red, and then we can see correction is greater than 0. Normally, we should have correction equal to 0 or less than 0. So I've successfully found this transaction here because the amount is correct, the amount is the same, the transaction type is the same, and the dates are equal. So I'll just go ahead and click on this, and it's going to tell me that the correction is less than or equal to 0, and we can see 16 on the right, on the left, and 16,000 on the right. So you just go ahead and click on match. But this is not what we are here for. We are going to show you how to automatically match those transactions to each other without scrolling through transactions from top to bottom. So for us to be able to achieve that, we'll be clicking on what we call the run matching rule. Now, the idea behind the run matching rule is it helps us to match our transactions after going through a particular rule or a particular command. So the rule is going to be centered around the transaction amount, the transaction type, and the transaction date. Now, the rule, the first item on the rule is the transaction amount. Of course, we want to make sure that the transaction on the bank statement is the same as the transaction on the company transaction or on the bank transaction. So take, for example, 16,000, right, is the first transaction here. Now we have to go through this other table to look for a 16,000 under the debit type of transaction. So after going through the lines, we now found a transaction for 16,000. The next rule is to get the transaction dates. Now, it's either we put in a strict date, that means it has to be 22nd of July, or it does not match each other. But we understand that the system transactions do not automatically reflect on our bank transactions on the same day. So we understand that there are days that we carry out a system transactions, and before the transaction could be transferred to the bank, it could take some days. So we have set up the rule in such a way that it allows for a date difference of up to 3 days. So those transactions that were carried out on the 1st of July in the system can be accepted or can be considered for matching a transaction in the bank statement 3 days later. So a 1st of July transaction can look at a 1st of July transaction on the statement, a 2nd of July transaction, or a 3rd of July transaction on the statement. So that is how the matching rule works. It has been set up to automatically do all those transactions, all those matchings together. Now, after the rule has been put into action, we are going to the transactions are going to be matched and then transferred to this table under the matched transaction tab. So we're going to have them appear here, and I'll just go ahead and run the matching rule now. And like I said, I've created the matching rule already. So we'll proceed and click on OK. Now, the transactions are going to appear here, and as a reconciliation officer, you want to go ahead and just verify, and that is by confirming that the transactions were reconciled by clicking mark as reconciled. Now we can see we have matching rule. This matching rule is executed, and we have 20 lines have been matched according to the matching rule. So after going through everything, we are comfortable with the result, and we know that our transactions were actually reconciled. Then I'll proceed and click on mark as reconciled. So the transactions become reconciled, and then that's how quick it is. We can move on to more productive activities within our daily tasks or within our monthly tasks. So that's how the Dynamics 365 Finance Advanced Bank Reconciliation can help us streamline or optimize our cash flow processes, so that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, when we are carrying out our reconciliation, we are able to seamlessly do it and focus on more productive aspect of our business. Now we'll be moving on to the next part, which is the warehouse management, and we'll be taking a look at the advantage of the warehouse management aspect of Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance, what it has to offer, and how we can leverage on that. So sorry about that. Can you confirm you can hear me and you can still see my screen? All right, thank you very much. So sorry about that. So the warehouse management application helps us to transform our warehouse processes or our warehouse operation in such a way that we are flexible and we are able to deliver on time, and also deliver real-time and accurate data. So take, for example, as the operating unit, as the chief operating officer, you have multiple warehouses. And this is because you have multiple customers that are in demand of your products, the product that you sell. So in order to not disappoint these customers and not to fall short whenever your customers are in need of products, you have to make sure that your warehouse product are replenished as quick as possible. Now we have a product that is running out, and we want to, placed an order with a vendor to deliver those products as quick as possible before the products run out on all of our stores. So we just got a call that the warehouse that the delivery has just arrived at our warehouse, and we want to receive those items. Now, as warehouse officers most likely have other assignments that they're carrying out, but we want to make sure that these items are received as quick as possible in order to deliver the items to the sellers so that they can continue selling those items and not run out of any sort of items. So the application we have here is the Microsoft Dynamics 365, is the mobile warehouse management application that helps us to carry out our activities as quick as possible. It's quite flexible because we are making use of a mobile device that can be put in our pocket and then can help us ease our movement across various warehouse in the organization or in our business. So I'll be going ahead to share the application. So the application is available in tab, is available in mobile devices like the Android phone or the iPhones, and it makes use of the mobile camera, takes advantage of the mobile camera for scanning our product numbers, our barcodes, our purchase order numbers, or our batch numbers. So instead of typing in barcodes and all that, we can just turn on our phone camera, and then it scans those information and then gives us a result. So this is the application. After signing in, we have a quick breakdown of our work for the day. So we have a counting job of 1, replenishment job of 0, outbound job of 0, and then inbound job of 28. And then provided by Copilot is a quick breakdown or a quick summary of what we have to do around this workload. So I'll just click on OK, and we have the home screen. So the activities we can carry out include the inventory activities, inbound activities, outbound activities, and also we can change our warehouse depending on the access that we are granted. So I'll just do a quick check, an inquiry on a particular item to see the availability of that item within the warehouse. So I'll go to item inquiry. And then, like I said earlier, we are to scan the item. So if I was using my phone, it automatically opens my camera up, and then I can begin scanning the item and I'll get the result I'm looking for. So I'll just go ahead and copy a particular item number here. And then type. So I have two options, scan or enter here. So I'll enter the item number. So I have the item number here. Sorry, I have the item number here, the item name, and then I have the availability report. Now the status is available, and the physical availability is 50 pieces of those items are available within this warehouse. So that's how seamless it is, and it's quite real time. So these 50 pieces is the same 50 pieces that we have on the front end, that we have on our different channels, on our different selling channels, either e-commerce channels or a direct store or a direct shop. So I'll go ahead to receive our inbound items. That is the delivery we just received at our warehouse, and we want to carry out receiving of those items and putting them in the warehouse, and also updating the system so that we can continue selling those items and our sellers or our cashiers do not find out that the items have been depleted. So what I'll do is to click on the inbound activity and then go to the purchase received. So again, I'm prompted to enter a purchase order number. So I have the option of scanning the number or entering the number here. So I'll just take the number I have here and then click on enter, and the system or the application goes to look for that purchase order number, and then I have the purchase order. Now, the purchase order definitely has some items on them. So I've been asked to scan the item. So I'll just proceed to find the item, or copy the item from this, and enter the item number. So this is going to check the purchase order if the item is actually on that purchase order. And we can see the item was found on that purchase order, and the line number of that item is the third item on the purchase order. So the next prompt is to select the quantity. So to select how much of those items I'm receiving within the warehouse. Also, we have the liberty to select the unit of measurement of the item if the item is being delivered in pieces or in pack. Of course, the pieces or pack also has to be determined from the purchase order. So I can edit this and probably pick on pack or pieces. So I'll just go ahead and stick to pieces and go back. Then I'm going to scroll down to how much of this item I am seeing at the warehouse. So currently, the items delivered were 10. So I'll just stick to 10 here and then click on OK. So I'm asked to check the values, then confirm. So double check, are these correct? And if they are correct, I can proceed and click on OK. So I'm going to click on OK because I believe this is correct. And then I'll be asked to input a batch number. So I'm asked to scan the batch. So to scan either scan or enter the batch. So the batch number is just a way of assigning a batch to those 10 items that were just received. And they have like an identity of receiving those items. So I'll proceed to enter a batch number here. And then click on enter. Then the next prompt I get is to enter the expiration date. Now those batch numbers, those items in that batch, when are they going to expire? So I'm going to input an expiration date for them. And I'm going to put in expiration date of 30th of December 2029 or 2030. So those items are going to be expiring in 2030. Oh, sorry, I have to change my date format. So I think I have day first before month and then 2030. So after this, I'm done inputting the correct information for receiving these items, and then I can proceed to transfer this or to put those items in a particular location. So the next prompt or the next activity to carry out in receiving this item is to move them to a particular location within the warehouse. So I have deliver to put location. So I'm going to send these items to a particular location within the warehouse, and then we can continue selling the items. So I'll just click on OK. to move them to that location. So after this, the system work completed. The system is the application is real time. That means data is being transferred from the warehouse to the front end in real time. What I'm sending here is automatically being reported or accounted for at the front end or at the on the main screen. So I'll just confirm that by checking the inventory again to see the item inquiry. So I'll carry out the item inquiry again and input that item number and check how much or how many of those items do we have currently. So we can see our item here, and then we can see we have 60 pieces of this item. Initially, we had 50, we received 10, and then we have 60. So that is how the Microsoft Dynamics, that's how the mobile warehouse management application helps us to carry out our warehouse operations as quick as possible. So we don't have to go around different warehouse offices, turning on our computer, desktop computer for that matter, bringing a scanner connected to the computer, and then moving items from one place to another, from the computer to where the items are being loaded. And it's just a lot of headache, right? So that's how we are able to transform and perform our business in an agile manner. So, so now we'll be talking about the payroll system, the payroll management. So we have a payroll module within the Microsoft Dynamics 365 Finance that helps us to compute our payroll calculations or our compensations, earnings, and deductions for our team workforce, auto stores, and also able to apologies for that. Kindly confirm you can hear me. I confirm you can hear me. All right, thank you very much. So sorry about that. Okay, so the payroll setup, the payroll system helps us to stay compliant to tax laws and regulatory standard in governing the payment of employees and other activities within our workforce. So we also, so like, as you can see, we have the payroll module. All right, so sorry about that. So the payroll module is named the Reliance Pay, and this is because it's a custom solution that is set up for payroll for different region or for different localization, and it is set up in such a way that it fits your business and it fits your requirements. So it's also available based on request by our partners. So the different activities we can carry out on the payroll system or the payroll solution include the employee card. This is where we assign employees to the payroll. We integrate them to the payroll to make sure that they appear whenever we are carrying out our payroll computation and transferring of expense to our general ledger. Now, we also have a tax table. The tax table shows us the tax calculation or the tax setup for different tax laws that we have, depending on employees' salaries or employees' compensation. So we have a tax setup for the different levels of employees payment. Then we also have the pension setup for employees, pension manager setup. So this is basically a list of pension employees that different employees are making use of. Then we also have the okay, we also set up a pay period that is for different payment periods. So we when we are paying employees, so we call it a payment period, and it comprises of different dates and a duration of date. So I'll just take us through the employee payroll card. So this shows us all the employees that are within the payroll and that are within the payroll and how their location and their tax payer number. So I can also drill down to show you. So this is the payroll integration to show that this employee is going to be included in subsequent payrolls. So I'm going to drill down on the particular employee, and I'm going to show the pension. This is provided by the employee. Then the bank account as provided by the employee. And then we have the employee pay setup. This is the pay setup for this particular employee, depending on the employee's level or the employee job class and so on. So this is where the employee's calculation is also done for a monthly payment or a particular payment type. Now, as a payroll officer, after every setup has been made, all you have to do is run the payroll. So running the payroll for a pay period, you are going to select the pay period and then the period type. So you're paying for July 2024 and then it's for month end. So we can proceed to click on OK. And we've run a particular payment before, but we can still run this again because we have the liberty to delete the payroll if the initially calculated payroll, if it does not, if the records are not accurate and if it does not match what we are seeking for. Now, after calculating the payroll, payroll officer can go ahead to populate payroll journal. This is where we transfer the payroll expenses or the payroll computation to the general ledger or to the finance team. So they can proceed to also do their checks and post the payroll journal, direct to bank reports, the payslip reports, the income tax reports, the general payroll report. So I've gone ahead to create some reports. I'll be sharing them shortly. So permit me to share those reports. So kindly confirm you can see my screen and you can still hear me clearly. All right, thank you very much. So the income tax report is the income tax for each employee, and this includes all the employees that are assigned to the payroll, their designation, and then we can also see the income tax that employees pay, the monthly tax that they pay at the end of the day. So this shows us a breakdown of how much this employee is paying in tax, how much contribution are they making in tax, and so on. Then we also have the payroll, the general payroll report. This just shows us all the, it's just like a larger pay slip. It shows us all the pay calculations for each employees. We also have the bank account, and we have each employee here, employee number, and then we can also swipe to the end to see the total monthly earnings, and the final monthly net pay for each of these employee. Then we can also take a look at the pay slip. This is for the employee that this is for employees. This is for a particular employee. This is Goodness John, and she's a sales attendant, and she can see her pay slip. This can be printed for record purposes and for maybe personal use. Then we have the pension report. This shows the pension report for a particular PFA, a custodian called Stanbic IBTC pension. And then we have the number of employees here, their pension, RSA number, the employer's contribution, the employee's contribution, and then the total paid out. Then finally, we also have direct to bank. This is easy for us to transfer to our bank and then give like instructions to carry out these transactions. And we can see how much the employees are getting at the end of the day in their bank account. And we have different bank accounts and different employee name. So that's how the payroll system or the payroll module helps us to optimize us to scale our payroll transactions or our payroll computation and to accommodate our growing team, to accommodate an expanding teams and so on. So with that, I'll come to the end of the demo session and I'll be handing over to Sarah and also be looking forward to your questions and feedback. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you very much, Michael. Right about now, we'll be having questions and answer. Please, if you have any question, you can ask your questions in the chat window and we'll be sure to provide answers. Do we have any questions, please? You can use the chat window. Can you raise your hand if you have any question? There's a raise hand feature on your screen. If you have any questions, please use it. Waiting for a minute or two to be sure that we do not have any questions. You can ask using the chat window, and we'll be sure to provide answers. Do we have any, please? I'm waiting. Okay, Mohammed. Please, Mohammed, can you ask your question using the chat window? Can you type it out? And we'll answer that. Can you ask using the chat window and our experts are ready to get your question and answer it. Please, everyone, can you confirm you can hear me by giving me a thumbs up? Can you confirm? All right. Thank you. Okay, Mohammed, please, can you ask in the chat window? Okay. Give us a few minutes. I want to see if we can give you a speaker access so you can ask your question. Just hold on for a few minutes, please. Can you try unmuting now? Mohammed? Is it working at your end? Please try unmuting, Mr. Mohammed. We've given you speaker access. Oh, okay. You would like to know if Reliance offers comprehensive training on Microsoft Dynamics 365. All right, I'll let the expert answer that. Who would like to take that, please?
Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much, Mohammed, for that question. Yes, so the answer is yes. We offer comprehensive training on Microsoft Dynamics 365 for people or organizations who want their employees to be trained. So you can always reach out to us and we'll be able to find out what exactly you want to be trained on, whether it's finance, supply chain, HR, retail and commerce. So any of the modules were available to take you on that training. I don't know if that answers your question, Mohammed. Yes, also from the administrator standpoint, we're also able to take you on that training. I think there's another question here.
I'd like to help read it out.
Okay.
Please clarify,
okay, yes.
How will someone convert a bank statement in Excel or PDF format to MT940 before it can be uploaded into Dynamics 365?
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you very much, Joseph, for that question. So before now, MT940 was almost like the only available format that you could actually use in importing for this bank reconciliation. But recently, Microsoft has also extended the functionality and also allowed us to be able to import Excels into the system. That's Excel statements into the system. So you can always choose between MT940, or you can also use Excel. So there's a template that has been created by Microsoft that you can export and use to populate all of your bank statements, and you can import using the Excel format. I don't know if this answers your question, Joseph. So Joseph, if you can hear us, it would be nice to probably get a feedback if what I just answered clarifies your ask. Also, we also have another question from Bugbemi, who says, can payroll system be integrated with a payment platform, say Remita? Yes, of course. One of the features of Dynamics 365 is that it is easily integratable with other third-party solutions. So once we are able to establish the connecting APIs, we'll be able to integrate with other third-party solutions. Please keep your questions coming. We are here to give clarity and give answers to all of your questions, please. Okay, Mr. Joseph is asking what license is available for Dynamics 365 and what solution does it cover? So we have various licenses. We have the finance license, we have the supply chain license, we have the project management license, we have the HR license, and we also have the commerce license. So these 5 I've just mentioned are the base licenses, and they cover for most of the core users. So somebody who is in finance, who is a core finance user, will probably go on a finance license. Somebody who is a procurement officer or somebody who is a warehouse officer will go for the supply chain management license. Somebody who is into retail will probably go for the commerce license, and somebody who is to administer in terms of the HR functionalities will go for the HR license. Also, aside from these base licenses, we also have okay, I'm going to come to your second question. So we also have other licenses such as team member license, we have activity, and we also have operation license. For your second question, you said, is there no single license that covers for all? So because of Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation is module regimented, it means that, like we mentioned earlier in the introduction, you can choose the different modules that you want to use. So depending on the modules that you want to use, we also determine the type of license you'll be able to procure and use. So there's no single license that covers all solutions. So if you want modules that speak to supply chain, you get a supply chain license. If you want modules that speak to finance, you get a finance license. I don't know if that answers your question, Mr. Joseph. Please, let's keep the questions coming. Let's keep the questions coming. Okay, Bujubim is also asking, how robust is the budget planning module? I hear you have it on finance management, especially on reporting, because of the limitations of the on-prem version. So the budget planning module is quite robust. So you can create your budget either through importing your budget that you must have prepared outside the system and import them into the system, or you can also create and design your own budget planning framework. It simply means that you can decide to create a framework that will speak to how you are able to get all of the different stakeholders in terms of budget planning. You can create them on the system, and you can start the budget planning process by sending documents on the ERP to those different stakeholders for them to populate their budget for the year. And you can in turn move those populated information to executives for them to go through, pass a vote, and approve the budget before you can commit the budget to the system. So it's quite robust and it's very flexible. You can design the framework to suit your needs. Okay, yes, for the budget reporting, so you have custom built, you have out of the box reports that have been created on the system that allows you to be able to monitor budget in terms of your actuals versus your budget. You also have budget control variance analysis that can also allow you to see how much spend some of the departments or employees have gone over. Also, because of the fact that the system is very flexible, you have the ability to also custom build your own reports to be able to speak to what you need. Like we also said, because of this system allows multi-currency, you can have different budgets from different entities or subsidiaries in the ERP having to form a particular template report. All of that can be built into the system for you. Okay, if you're able to maybe ask some of your questions or you're unable to type them, please still feel free to reach out to us even after this webinar has concluded. We are always open to giving you the answers you need. I have a question here from Mohammed who says, can I customize the report to suit my need or design a report from scratch? Yes, of course, you can customize the report from scratch, and you can also tweak some of the built-in reports that we have on the system. So we have a functionality that we call the financial management reporter that allows us to be able to custom build our own report. So you don't necessarily need to have an IT person or maybe a technical person. You as an individual, as an employee, can custom build your financial reports to suit whatever line detail that you require. Also, I have another question here from Bujubemi. How robust is the analytics, especially for the executive reporting? Having used the on-prem version, its analytics was quite dull. Okay, so like I said earlier, it is quite robust. Also, you have the opportunity to also integrate with Power BI fully, and that gives you control over how you can even design your analytics to be able to feed back into Dynamics. So once you're able to integrate with Power BI, so whatever dashboard or whatever analytics that you want to have, you can always design them on Power BI, and those same reports can flow back into Dynamics to give you a better analytics, just in case what has been custom built or working with the system is not fit for your use. You can always fine-tune it to your own liking or to your own standard. Yes, on the HR module, we have, okay, so Bujubimi is asking, on the HR module, do you have the employee appraiser module? Yes, we have the performance management module, which allows us to be able to carry out everything that has to do with performance in terms of being able to set KPIs, being able to monitor them, being able to set different appraisal periods, and also being able to carry out the appraisals when it's time for you to carry out those appraisals. You also have the ability to also keep tabs of your activities in relation to goals. So employees can, from day one, start registering some of the activities they are undertaking in order to have those goals or KPIs met at the end of the year. So we have all of that available. Like we also said, we can also extend it to also cater for additional requests that you might have in terms of the employee appraiser module. Okay, Sarah, I think we still have some minutes more for more questions.
Yes, please. If you have any questions, you can just
the
chat window. But before we continue, I would like to mention that we would like to get your feedback on today's event. Kindly send your feedback using the link below. The forms, please. We'd like to get your feedback, and also to schedule a free personalized one-on-one session with us. you can book a session using the link I dropped in the chat window. We understand that some of you have questions, but you might not be willing to share more details on this call, right? If you would like to have a more personalized session, it's going to be very detailed. However, it's going to be very private because it's just going to be you, the organization, and us. You can use the chats, the link I dropped in the chat to book a free session. It's free from us to you. That's our gift for you, and would like to get on a call with you and just understand your pain points. You ask your questions, we understand your questions, and we prefer solutions for you. So please, if you have any questions in the chat, please drop them in the chat window and we'll be sure to answer them. In the meantime, and while you do that, permit me to share my screen. I would like to just speak on a few things which will be of value to you as an organization, that would also ensure that you leverage these solutions and you get the best from it. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm speaking to our license to value offer. And what this offer is all about is about providing value for your organization, right? And to ensure that you leverage these solutions and you leverage them well. During one of the conversations and the questions you asked if we have an in-depth training on some of these solutions. And our presenter mentioned that we have that. I'll also like to mention that we have a free value program for you, where we help members of your organization leverage these solutions. We call it the Modiva program. It's where you get access to training, guidance, dedicated support, and implementation services, where we give you in-depth training on these things. And you can also, using the link I dropped in the chat window, you can ask your schedule a session with us to know more about it. Because of time, I wouldn't be able to go in depth with this explanation. However, I would like you to know that one of the value propositions for this program is to experience-driven approach. We understand that value is not solely derived from just owning a license, as you might want to get, but from the experience it delivers. So the license to value focuses on providing a seamless and enriching experience that aligns with your goals and objectives. So if you want to know more about the licenses and then how we will come in with providing you with, and members of your staff, members of your organization, with trainings which will come at no cost to you, you can use the link that I dropped in the chat window to ask your question, to book a session with us, and we'll be sure to when you click on the link, it takes you to a bookings link where you can pick a time and date for the session, and then we'll come on the session with you and have that conversation. I also see that someone is asking, Joseph is asking, would you like to share the presentation with us for a better understanding of the solution? Of course. Do note that after this event, we'll be sharing the slides and other resources with you. So please do look out for our mail, and you can also remember to click on the link, book a session with us, and also drop your feedback and let us know what you think about this event. And we hope that if we would invite you for another, you would oblige us as well. So thank you very much. I don't think we have any more questions in the chat window. At this point, I would like to call it a day. Thank you very much, everyone. But before I do that, I would like to hand over to any of the speakers. Do we have any closing remark, anything we need members of the audience to know before I call it a day?
Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. I think just a closing remark from me. Dynamics 365 Finance and Operation is a cloud-based solution. And as such, from time to time, Microsoft rolls out updates that meet the needs of individuals or organizations. So the way it works is that we can also suggest ideas as to what we would like to make the system achieve for us, and Microsoft takes her time, develop it and roll it out. So it's an ever-changing technology, and it has been a game changer for a lot of organizations that has bought into this solution. So I think if you looked at the presentation today, I'm sure after giving it a close consideration, you'll be able to join us on this train and see how this can transform and also streamline your business processes. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll hand over back to Sarah.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Thank you very much, everyone. We've come to the end of this event. What a wonderful time. We do hope that you found this insightful, and we hope you enjoyed all the modules that we shared with you and the presentations that we shared with you as much as we enjoyed interacting with you. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Do have a great rest of the day and have a great week ahead. Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.